it's Molly with Minnie Acres, and welcome to the funny farm. I crack myself up. So I finally used this really neat apron that I found for like a couple bucks at a hardware store, and I thought I would keep all of my tools in here, and I put DE that you just put some in a sock so that you can shake it onto plants, and I put rubbing alcohol on a cloth in a bag so that I will clean my scissors off between clipping branches off of tomatoes so that hopefully I won't spread disease, and also my gloves and my hori and another set of shears and just anything else like the markers and things for marking plants so that everything is in one spot, nice and tidy, and everything's together. So now instead of losing my tools all over the garden, I can lose all of them at once. Today I'm doing something a little bit crazy, and you should watch. So I was inspired recently by a dear friend of mine that came to visit, who I gave her some stackable containers and I gave her a bunch of seeds. I let her go through my seeds and just get whatever she wanted, and she went home and she started preparing a spot to plant her garden. And she said as she was sowing her seeds, she felt like she was sowing them chaotically, and it made sense because she was thinking of me. And honestly, I'm not offended at all. I'm kind of flattered that as she was thinking about sowing seeds chaotically, it reminded her of me. I just feel like that fits. I feel like maybe I am the absent-minded gardener, but I think that I actually could probably call myself the chaotic gardener as well, and that would make just as much sense. So, because I'd been so eager to get out here, I had been thinking about what I wanted to do, and I was seeing like Jess at Roots and Refuge was saying something about sowing seeds recklessly or doing something recklessly, and I was like, that's exactly it. Like this chaos and this recklessness that I have all these seeds and I want to plant them. Last year I was careful about just planting a few of this and a few of that, and you know, you don't get much harvest. You get a handful of beans or, you know, just a few things here or there, other than a bunch of tomatoes and a bunch of banana peppers and cucumbers. Everything else I harvest was just a little bit of something here or there. Oh no, except for basil. I did have a lot of basil. Anyway, I want more flowers. I want more everything. And this is what I've decided. Even if I plant so much stuff that I cannot physically harvest it all, that's okay. I'm gonna grow it anyway, and I'm gonna let things go to flower for the bees and the butterflies, and I'm just going to plant. So this is gonna be chaotic, and this is gonna be breaking rules. I'm not planting anything like radishes or lettuce or brassicas because it's too hot for that here, but I am gonna just absolutely stuff this one bed today. I only have time to do one bed today. I'm going to stuff this one bed today with all the seeds. So this might be triggering if you're an organized gardener, if you're a rule follower, and this might make your heart race a little bit to see me chaotically sowing seeds. But I invite you to watch it anyway and to see if maybe you can be inspired to let go a little bit, to be a little loosey-goosey, to be a little more relaxed, to feel more like a garden fairy, and you're just gonna sow seeds and see what happens. Oh, I'm making a mess. Hang on. So, these are all the seeds that I'm about to plant. Is it organized chaos? What's organized about it? I mean, I did make markers for my plants. So is that part organized? Is the fact that I did carefully consider what I would plant to choose things that I hope should be able to do well here? Is that part of being organized? It's not completely chaotic, right? What is chaos? What is the definition of chaos besides a picture of me? So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna stop talking and I'm gonna start laying things out. That's the part that's organized. I am gonna go through and sort of lay things out a little bit and then we'll come back together and see what happened. Sounds good to me. All right, let's get this show on the road. Let's just take a peek. We've got basil, sunflower, comfrey, borage, lettuce leaf basil, more of that, Alaska variegated nasturtium, imperial star asparagus, artichoke, marigolds, squash, holy basil, more holy basil, another nasturtium, some more green onions, and some more onions, and some lemon basil, and more nasturtium, and a toothache plant, and another artichoke, and another artichoke, and some leeks. Those are more leeks. And daisy, another daisy, and a squash, and a zinnia, and another zinnia, and another basil, and an eggplant, lemon balm, eggplant, milkweeds, squash, cowpeas, sunflower, eggplant, clover, lots of clover, more clover, squash, echinacea, lima beans, more squash, German chamomile, stevia, amaranth, alyssum, Malabar spinach, lime basil, what is that? Beans, bush beans, more bush beans, catnip, zinnias, beans, borage, beans, basil, flowers, basil, beans, flowers, beans, beans, dill, lots of dill, flowers, 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 and we've come to the end. So this is the start of this year's chaotic gardening. Who am I kidding? Every year's going to be a chaotic garden. I can tell already. And look, tomorrow I'm going to do it all again. All right, one more thing I want to show y'all. Getting a nasturtium to bloom is kind of hard here. And I was worried that this was not going to bloom, but I'm so glad I put her in a pot and I put her in the shade. I have eaten a few of her leaves, but look. Isn't she pretty? Thanks for coming along as I get started in my chaotic gardening. I hope it's an encouragement to you. If you felt like it wasn't okay to be a chaotic gardener, let's do it together. And if you're a super organized gardener and this makes you uncomfortable, it's okay. It's okay to sit in discomfort sometimes. It's okay to be a little uncomfortable. And also, you can just watch me make an absolute hot mess of my garden this year. And if things go wrong, you can say, "Hey, I told you so." I'm fine with that. Because I am just gonna plant seeds like a psychotic garden fairy and see what happens. The worst that can happen is I have way more plants than I can handle. Right? Right? Let's hope. Anyway, stay tuned for more chaotic gardening. Stay out of my garden. No. Excuse me, sir. No. Just because I planted catnip does not mean you're allowed in the garden. Excuse me. Hey, And let the seeds do what they want to do. And I promise I haven't been smoking anything. This video is never gonna get made.